Yeah, I am Yonas Kibreab. I play Elio in Disney Pixar's new Elio. 3 words, brave, loyal, and exciting. I think with the Pixar movie especially, I worked on different voiceover things and animated things before, but I think what's super special with Elio and in Pixar in general is just how long of a process that it can be. I mean, I started working on this movie when I was 11, turning 15, so 4 years almost, and I think for the whole 4 years that I've worked on it, it's never been boring. Like, it's always been so fun to work on, and I think you could be in a session for 3 hours just working on the same scene, and then when you come back the next day, you could be working on the same scene again. And I think what's great is that they take so much time into perfecting each scene, and that's what makes it maybe different and more challenging than others. Yeah, Elio's story is a story I think that lots of people go through, kids, teenagers, and adults, everybody, all ages. He's going through grief at a young age that I feel like no kid should have to go through. Losing both parents at such a young age, and also just feeling lonely and feeling like you don't really belong in your home. And I think that's a very important thing that people should know, is that you will always belong, and there's always people that love you, and you should never feel alone. They should expect to cry, to laugh, and to just experience this amazing universe that Pixar has created. And I was lucky enough to see this movie early, and Pixar is so talented, and they're really good at creating like things that you've never seen before, especially like the Communiverse.
I am Brad Garrett, and I play Lord Grygon. Well, he is a very misunderstood villain, and he is intense. He is overreactive. Actually, you know what? They should come up with an overreaction figure. I don't know if they've ever done that, but he would be perfect for that. Could be my bad acting. I'm not sure really what fault it is, but he's kind of the bad guy in the Elio movie. But with Elio's compassion and young wisdom, I think he learns a bit how to be a better villain. Can you say that? And a good father. That's what it's about. Actually, I do. Believe it or not, my childhood was I was bullied a lot, because I have to tell you, you're going to find this interesting. I was always very large. I was like 6 feet at like 13. So all my classmates thought I was either an undercover cop or flunked 4 grades. So I was bullied a lot because I wasn't a tough kid. So I kind of really related to that with Elio. And I was trying to find out, what my thing was. And I think that's what the film is about, to embrace your uniqueness. It's tough not to follow the herd, especially nowadays. So what's great with working with Pixar is obviously the writing, the animation, and it's incredibly collaborative. You kind of discover the character together with the other creatives. So that's always fun and helpful. I think they should expect that parenting isn't that easy, but it's tougher, I think, growing up as a youngster, trying to find out who you are. And it never changes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm still searching for who I am, and it's not looking great. It is not looking great. I'm down to 4 personalities.
Yes, so I'm Aston Marigold, and I play co-worker Aston. Just like me. Quite literally, yeah. I think so, definitely. I think for me, when you look at the adventure of finding yourself and kind of growing up in a world of, when I was young, performing and loving to kind of sing and dance, it was never really looked upon in, I would say, the most stereotypical way. It was always kind of football, let's do football and basketball and whatever, and athletics and whatever, and I did that, but I always leaned towards performing, acting, singing, and it was always kind of sometimes hard to find your place, but as soon as you do, it's a bit like, oh, this is my people. Like, this is where I belong. This is what I love to do. So, yeah, the kind of running theme through this film is definitely heartwarming. There's a massive lesson, I think, to be learned from it as well. So it's nice that this is the introduction that, as a dad, my kids are kind of going to see, this side of the lesson.
Hi, I'm Domi Shi, and I'm one of the directors of Elio. I'm Madeline Sharafian, and I'm the other director of Elio. Elio was actually inspired by Adrian Molina. That was his. The concept was his initial idea. He grew up on a military base. His dad was a military dentist, and he felt very out of place there. He felt like this weird artsy kid who just didn't know how to fit in. And when Domi and I joined the project, that was something that we really related to. We both felt that way, and we both poured all our energy into art as a way to kind of find our people. And in the movie, that's sort of what Elio is doing, just with a totally different goal. He's pouring all his energy into alien research so that he can be abducted, because all he really wants is to find a place that he belongs and is wanted.
I mean, our story at the core of it is a story about a lonely boy who learns how to connect with others, who learns how to make his first friend by going on this galactic space adventure. So our hope is that audiences will also feel inspired to connect with the people around them as well.
My name's Shirley Henderson, and I play Oo, which is this tiny little liquid supercomputer they describe her as. She's like this size, and she floats about and escorts Elio all over the place, and is there to meet him. She's like a meet and greet type character, PA, facilitator, that type of thing. Well, it's Disney. It's very exciting to be asked to do something like that, or to at least try out for something like that. I don't know, the team were just very nice. In the end, it's like every other job. You are just there to do the work. You're in a tiny little studio just by yourself, and you're linking up with people, and you're trying to come up with what they might want. So you don't feel the bigness of it. It's events like this you start to realise, people are interested in this. But it was lovely. The team were amazing, really down to earth and lovely. So. Just that it's okay to dream. It's okay to wish for things that you can't quite see yet, you can't quite feel. You might not get that, but you might get something else bigger than what your actual reality is, or a sense of. It's just to sense that there's something bigger to care for. Well, I know that it's very colourful. I know that the special effects are mind-blowing. I just think a lovely journey. There's the world of where we're here, and then there's this other thing that happens. And whether it's real or not, you can imagine that. So I think just go with it, enjoy it, feel that there's loneliness, the themes of loneliness, loss. It's okay to know about that and to feel that young sometimes. There's a lot of kids have felt things like that, but there's still a life to live, and there's lots to do, and there's lots to feel good about.
Yeah, at Pixar, the way we make movies is we ask directors for ideas. So Adrian Molina pitched a what if story, a question of what if the world's weirdest 11-year-old was accidentally abducted and mistaken as the leader of Earth? And we were all excited about that. And then Domi and Maddie pitched, and what if he always wanted to go to space? What if he was dreaming about being abducted? And then we kind of ran with that. And then at Pixar, we often then turn to a why question, why does he want to go to space? And that led us to kind of loneliness. And we love that story about this little lonely boy that feels like he doesn't fit in, because I think we all have felt that way at one point or another. I think the most exciting thing was the scope we were able to create of the Communiverse and how many different aliens there were. If you think about old sci-fi films, they're so limited by technology. It's often just a person in a suit, and they all look like people, to be honest. And with animation, we can do anything. And so, and we're always pushing ourselves at Pixar. So this is the biggest set we've ever made. It's one of the biggest worlds we've ever created, and we have 16 different species of aliens plus different types. So I think it's one of the richest worlds we've ever built. Yeah, I think at Pixar, I love a Pixar movie where I leave thinking about something, and here we have a bunch of different things we're hoping people leave with, but my main one is just that we've all felt lonely at one point or another, right? And you can feel like there's something wrong with you, and you can put up armor and not want to reach out to people. But I think, as we can see, maybe you can find friendship or connection anywhere in the world. Maybe it's a toothy worm across the universe who has no eyes but can still see you. And if you can risk and bring that armor down, and maybe collectively all of us can do that, we can see in the Communiverse they've done that. They've found a way to work together. So it's really about connection. I hope that's what people leave the theater thinking.